All right, so this is chapter 1, section 3, and it is talking about variables and algebraic expressions. Now, an expression, just like we're talking about, does not have an equal sign. Versus an equation which does have an equal sign. Just squeeze it in right there. Just so you guys understand the difference as we go throughout. I just wanted that in your notes because an expression will not have an equal sign. An equation, meaning two things are equal, will have an equal sign. So the beginning of algebra, which we're talking about, is the start of when letters really come into play. Now, when we're working with variables, the most important thing to remember is that the value of the letter or the variable will change. So, value of the letter, which is known as your variable. A lot of times it's X, but it really can be any letter out there. So the value of your letter or your variable will change. Change or vary. That's why it's called a variable, okay? So make that connection. That means that X won't always be 10, or else we would just put 10 in. X is going to be changing. One time it might be 10, the next time it might be 15. That's why we have a letter stand for that value, because we don't know what it is. A lot of times we'll figure out what it is. Sometimes they'll even have a substitute. Okay. Most of the time, actually, they want us to find out a value. We will start with substituting just to get us a little bit more comfortable with it. And you guys have actually been doing this probably since you were in kindergarten. Do you guys remember when they did stuff like, 3 plus a number is equal to 5? And you guys are like, this is stupid. I know exactly what number it's looking for. It's looking for the number 2. Well, now, instead of saying, hey, 3 plus a box that we don't know is equal to 5, we are now saying, okay, 3 plus a number that we don't know is equal to 5. So they've changed it from a box to X, Y, Z, A, B, C, any letter. You guys are like, that's lame. No, it gets more difficult than this. This is just the idea that we will build on and grow from. All right. So we are going to start by substituting values in whatever value they give us. So substituting values in for a variable. Okay, so if I start with something like n plus 7, and we are going to substitute a value in for that. So over here, we're going to say, all right, what if n is equal to 3? Well, we take 3 and we substitute it in for n. So now we no longer have n plus 7, we have 3 plus 7. Well, 3 plus 7 is equal to 10. We just got our answer if n was equal to 3. Now, let's say n is equal to 5. So still using this beginning expression. Now we're not saying n plus 7, we're now saying 5 plus 7. So n plus 7 goes to 5 plus 7. Well, we know 5 plus 7 is equal to 12. We can do that with any number that they ask us or they tell us to substitute. We can even do it with numbers that we want to do it with. So let's say, all right, what if n is 10? Now we're saying 10 plus 7. Oh, we know that's 17. So it's this idea of substituting a value in for your variable. You guys are going to go ahead and try.